Back in the days, just me and my team, we always would say we the best.
The rap world as a whole is full of very curious characters, but some of them have proven more times than not that they are above and beyond what people expect of them, and as a result, are great at what they do. A great example of this is DJ Khaled.
Another one. DJ Khaled!
Because he is a guy who honestly wasn't trying to be a big music star at first, but then slowly became one and made an impact that many can't deny. But what was his rise to fame, and how is he now? Allow us to show you DJ Khaled, then and now. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Early life of DJ Khaled. Khaled Mohammed Khaled, his birth name if you didn't know, was born in 1975 to immigrant parents in New Orleans. His musician parents played Arabic music, and Khaled started developing an interest in rap and soul music at a young age, and his parents supported his interest. He worked in a local merry-go-round record store, which helped to lay foundations for his music career. Though, a bit ironically, his brother is an actor, showing that you can go and have different paths in life despite having a similar upbringing. Anyway, despite this interest in music, his early life and career wasn't about him going and making music himself. Rather, in the early 1990s, he was working in various capacities, and actually helping out other rappers and singers before they got their own breaks in the business. These include Birdman, Lil Wayne, and Mavado. All big names in their own right. As noted, he worked in a record store for a while, but later on he began DJing in reggae sound clashes, mixing dancehall and hip-hop. His first radio gig was on a pirate station. In 1998, he moved to Miami and co-hosted The Luke Show on WEDR 99 Jams, with two live crews Luther Campbell. In 2003, he started hosting a weeknight radio show on 99 Jams called The Takeover. You might think it odd that someone who wants to make music would focus on DJing it over doing his own. But this path actually helped him a lot, as it let him not just listen to music for a living, but use his voice to express certain things about it. And while it may have taken a while to go and make his own start, he would get his due in due time. First albums. His first album came out in 2006 called Listen, the Album. And despite not releasing anything before this point, it made a splash on the Billboard Top 200 by premiering at the number 12 spot, which is not too shabby at all. Then, in 2007, he dropped his second major album via We the Best, and had some big tracks on this one like I'm So Hood, which featured many other rappers coming in to help him like T-Pain, Trick Daddy, and Rick Ross. Another track from that album, We Taken Over, also had a menagerie of big rap stars like Lil Wayne, Birdman, and Birdman. We Taken Over peaked at number 28 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and number 11 on the US Hot Rap Tracks chart, and was certified gold, which again is not bad for someone who was still just starting out in his career. Fast forward to 2008, and not only was DJ Khaled getting more attention from people and doing collaborations with various artists, he was getting awards for his efforts. And when he released his third album in We Global, that string of events continued. That year, Khaled won DJ of the Year awards from the BET Hip Hop Awards and Ozone Awards. And he was still only getting started with what he could do. Victory. His fourth album, in Victory, is a bit of a curious one if we can be honest, because on one hand it had one of his most well-known songs with All I Do Is Win, which had Ludacris, Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg, and T-Pain.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind.
And the track itself was certified as a double platinum single. So that's a huge win no matter how you look at it. But if you look at the album sales, they were a bit low, and thus he landed number 12 on the charts when it came out. DJ Khaled would go on to do a variety of new albums over the course of the next few years, including We the Best Forever and Kiss the Ring. While these albums didn't make the biggest of splashes, it did show something very big about DJ Khaled. He was liked. Why does that matter? Well, in the rap industry, true friends can be hard to come by. But not only did people go and listen to him, rappers wanted to work with him. Some of the rappers who worked with him on those albums included T-Pain, French Montana, Future, Wiz Khalifa, Nas, Plies, Ace Hood, Kanye West, Rick Ross, Meek Mill, Big Sean, 2 Chainz, Jada Kiss, Kirko Bangs, Mac Meng, Tyga, T.I., J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Big Crit, Mavado, Whale, and many more. Think about all that talent and power that was willing to work with him on his albums. That's not something you see with many rappers, both then and now, and it showed how DJ Khaled stood out from the crowd. The albums continue to flow, heading to January in 2013, and DJ Khaled revealed that a doctor's visit inspired his next album, because he went to his doctor after finding a bald spot, and the doc said that he was suffering from success. And a better title you cannot find. Oh, and also in 2013, he potentially proposed to Nicki Minaj. Whether he actually did it is a bit up for debate because he said he wasn't joking, and she said he was. So you can make your own judgments here.
To be honest with you, I love you. I like you. I want you. I want you to be mine. I'm here today at MTV. Nicki Minaj, will you marry me?
The next album that came from him was I Changed a Lot, and he also revealed that he would be working with Jay-Z on one of his tracks, further showing just how important he had become that he was working with a rap mogul like Jay-Z. It was also during that period that he left his record label of Cash Money Records, further proving how he changed a lot. Major Key. As he got into 2016, Khaled signed a management-only deal with Jay-Z's company, Roc Nation, and announced his 9th studio album, Major Key, which is a bit of a curious title because around that time, he also hit his own major key, With the Fans. You see, it was around this time that DJ Khaled really went and delved deep into the persona that he had been cultivating for years. People online were really resonating with it, and thus dubbed him the living meme, and that made him an internet phenomenon. This helped his success, especially as he went and did his 10th studio album via Grateful. And as his persona grew, so did his reach in terms of media. He had a cameo appearance in promotional material for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and later appeared as a fictionalized version of himself in Pitch Perfect 3, 2017, in which his character is featured as both a performer and a major plot point. Khaled provided a voice in the animated film Spies in Disguise, which was released in 2019. He also appeared in Bad Boys for Life. Not bad for a guy who was just a DJ for a long time, right? Also in 2019, he made a song called Higher that featured both John Legend and the late Nipsey Hussle. And he got a Grammy Award for that track. Recent times. In more recent times, DJ Khaled has made more music, including an album named after his birth name, and has done a lot of singles that feature a lot of collaborations as you would expect. What's more, he's still being his living meme self, and has been doing all sorts of other media, both for himself and for charities. For example, he was a life coach in a Geico commercial, and he did an undercover routine with Lyft to see how people reacted to him and if they would recognize him as their driver. Add that to him being happily married and having kids, and you can definitely agree that he's living a good life. DJ Khaled's legacy. So, what is the legacy of DJ Khaled? Well, it's one that is still ongoing, so that has to be factored into things. But to be honest, he's a guy who absolutely went and made his own path and career based on what he liked and loved. For example, none of his albums ever went to the #1 spot, but that didn't mean he wasn't successful. He's been nominated for dozens of awards over the years, and has won quite a handful, including that Grammy we mentioned. Plus, he's still doing radio, because he loves doing that. Add that to his living meme persona, and you can't deny that you know who DJ Khaled is. In the end, isn't that the whole point? So what do you think? What do you think of this look at DJ Khaled, and how his rise to fame came, and how he stands now in the music industry? Are you personally a fan of DJ Khaled and his music? Or of his other appearances in the world of media? What do you think is his true peak? And how do you think he's going to grow himself next? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.